Hello, good afternoon, everybody. My name is April Hutchinson and I am at TTG Media remotely today. And I am delighted to be broadcasting today with Claire Moore from Peaks Travel Elite, who is our TTG Top 50 Agent of the Year 2019. Hello, Claire, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Hello, everyone.
Thanks for joining us. Now, this is part of a regular series where we are going to be speaking to people in the industry, and we're so pleased to start off with Claire to get some travel agent perspective on how things are going for everybody out there during these unusual times. So, Claire, you obviously have a high street shop, and you have had to make this transition, like many of us, to working from home. This happened for you last week, is that right? How's it been going? How's the setup looking for you at the moment?
Well, yeah, early days for me, so I'm a long way behind everybody else. We were working from home as of Wednesday last week, so I'm all set here, technology and facilities wise. I think the biggest adjustment for the Moore family has been the fact that we're all in the house and we're all trying to do different things at the same time. And yeah, maybe Mum can't drop everything instantly to do, I don't know, help with some algebra or whatever it may be.
And all the systems popped over easily. Okay, everything you were able to transfer all your different back office systems over. Okay, that's all gone all right.
Yeah, that's all good. I've always had the facility to be able to work from home. That was part of our plan, that I would work one day a week from home to maybe catch up on some of the management stuff.
Perfect.
So, yeah, nice and easy for me.
That's good. And everyone's trying to, well, a lot of people are trying to juggle, as you said, with kids being at home and now going into holiday mode. So how are you going to deal with that? And have you set any guidelines and processes in place for making sure that you can still carry on working while they're on their holidays?
Well, everyone's just tied up in a cupboard at the moment. I think I might have can I get away with that till Wednesday? I'm not sure. Well, as you'd expect, I have a son and a daughter. My daughter is completely up to date with everything that she had to do, colour coded and all sent in, and all the extra stuff as well. Her brother couldn't probably be further apart from her as far as attitude to learning, I think we might call it. So they're officially on school holidays now. Josh is unfortunately, rather unfair from his perspective, has got some catching up to do. So he's working now while Holly's chilling in the garden.
Well, let that be a lesson for him. Maybe he'll start to figure out. Now, the other big thing with all we're trying to get our head around is obviously Zooming and having to deal with these regular FaceTime calls and Google Hangouts. How have you been getting on with that? And who have you been speaking to? How have you been using it? What's it been really good for, bad for you?
Well, I've used it quite a lot actually, even just since Wednesday. I think the weekly ABTA catch up is through Zoom, so some of those have had ridiculous amount of members involved, right through to I had a catch up with a guy I know through business, just on a one-to-one, kind of like we're doing here.
And the ABTA one's been useful for you?
Yeah, I think we're all hanging on. That unforthcoming PTR relaxation, and I appreciate everyone's doing all they can. It's just a tricky space to be in, to try and feel that we're advising our customers when we really don't know.
Yeah, no one knows for sure when we're going to get that coming through. As you said, it's all just about hanging on for it and just communicating as clearly as possible. Hands are tied, etc., isn't it, really, at the moment? And now I think you also zoomed in with the Chamber of Commerce, didn't you, to see what was happening locally? How did that go? Is that a good idea?
Yeah, well, that was the first time I'd done that as well. Lots of firsts for me last week. So that is a Chamber of Commerce breakfast networking session, and it was held virtually. It was held the week before as well, but I didn't manage to be involved with that one. And yeah, actually, it was really great to see everybody. It's first thing in the morning, and probably what I realised from that, hadn't actually realised maybe what I was projecting. And after a couple of really tough weeks, you know, agents, anybody in travel out there will appreciate it. It's been tough, you know. It's draining, being not spoken to very, very well a lot of the time, delivering bad news or not really being in a position to deliver any news. And so many people sent me really lovely messages, because I think I don't know, I did not realise what I was projecting. I thought that I was just being my usual self, but I think we probably forget what we are projecting without realising.
So have you made a point then to obviously trying to, you know, nobody wants to pretend everything's okay, but just to
no, and exactly, there's a balance between that, isn't there? I think the worst thing in the world is to paint the smile on, and I suppose we all have to do that. To sometimes you might fake it till you make it kind of thoughts, but you also need to make sure you're having a proper conversation with somebody from a wellbeing perspective. I think that you are sharing within a circle that you're comfortable with, for somebody that can give you some support, because it's a heavy load, isn't it?
It is a heavy load. And talking about that, and well-being is something we've seen a lot of appear over the recent weeks. You know, lots of people sharing videos of yoga, mindfulness, meditation, anything to get us through. How have you been helping your team with that, and how have you been making sure yourself that you really take care of yourself now?
I think we're all still learning, if I'm really honest. We are in touch with the team a lot. Just literally a moment ago, we've got a little WhatsApp group. So people are posting on there. One of the team actually put, really missed our Monday morning catch up today, and so they've put the thing that they were proud of from the previous week, which is something we used to take into our meeting before, and it was great to see how that's all working. Me personally, I think I bumbled through last week. I have no idea how I made it, but I'm here. Today I started with some Joe Wicks.
Oh, good for you. Yes.
So that was actually great for me to I don't know, get everything moving in the morning, and start to bring in a bit of scheduling to my life, maybe.
So important, isn't it?
We need to turn off the computer. Yeah, we need to try and find some way to enjoy this weird time that we're in as well.
Yeah, that's what we're hearing. Well, obviously the Queen yesterday wanted us to, you know, to try and use the time. And now, sadly, you have had to furlough some of your staff, as many companies have, which I'm sure must have been heartbreaking for you, because you're a lovely, tight-knit team. What's been your process with that? Because initially it can just be a 3-week thing on review. So how have you gone through that with them?
So we had to do it properly with the relevant paperwork, but a long time before that, really, nothing really happens within our company that's not shared with the team. You know, everyone's a stakeholder. They're all, our success is directly related to the input of those guys. So it wouldn't be fair not to maybe share some. It's not all good news. But actually it was no surprise for anybody. We had initially done 3 of the team who would either got particular family circumstances or were vulnerable themselves. And then as we took the step to move to work from home on the 1st, that's when majority of the rest of the team were also furloughed. And as far as timeline, I don't know. I wish it could be just for 3 weeks. I feel like, sadly, it may not. But I will just keep monitoring it, and as soon as I can get them back,
they'll be back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've heard this from a couple of agents, obviously, how there's still a ton of work to be done, which you and your two colleagues who you've kept with you are now trying to get through. How are you trying to focus on that, structure your time, or is it just whoever's shouting loudest at the moment?
Yeah, it's difficult because there is a little bit of that, unfortunately. We are really trying, so we're not taking telephone calls, incoming telephone calls, which was a decision I struggled with, really. It goes against my our ethos of always being there for our customer. But we were wasting so much time having pointless conversations, honestly, with customers who were due to travel much later, who are no less worried, but there isn't physically any news for them. So we took the decision, rather than diverting the phones, to leave a message on there explaining the reason that we weren't taking calls, and my number's there in case of emergency, and also really just diverting people to email us.
Yeah.
I also think that gives people a moment, hopefully, to calm down a little bit.
Yeah. Do I need to say this now? Am I? Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
There's still a ton of emails coming through though, so I can't imagine how busy the phone would be.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We've done a pop-up on our website as well with a little note of explanation.
Yeah.
And we're trying to do a little bit of social media, but it's tough juggling everything.
Yeah.
Social media stuff for us is really just about trying to stay engaged.
Yeah.
We're still here, we're still working. There are less of us.
Yeah.
But we are working no less hard, for sure.
Yeah. I'm sure where you have a lot of loyal clients who do follow you on Facebook, they'll appreciate that sort of reassurance. And then, but yeah, as you say, I think it's very important to keep something out there so that people weren't thinking, oh, what's happened? You know, are they all still?
Worst possible thing that people could think, oh, we've gone, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And what does the week ahead hold for you? Obviously, each hour, each day is very fast changing. What are your priorities this week? What do you think agents are going to be looking at this week?
Well, for us, we will be trying to get a handle on the administration paperwork, finding our way how we move to a much more paperless system. We've had some quite old-fashioned processes which we need to improve on anyway. So maybe this is an opportunity to do that. But also, so I've checked in with the team of 3 this morning, and we've all got our priorities for the week.
Yeah,
doesn't always work out like that, though, does it?
Yeah,
last week didn't. So let's be positive for this week.
Yeah, because we were saying, weren't we, I think earlier on, that payment systems have now reopened or we're about to reopen. So there's going to be a lot of processing, admin, making sure all that's ticking over. So that's quite a big job, isn't it, to be dealing with?
Yeah, and it's the double administration really, where we have maybe a cancellation and rebook, then the cancellation paperwork and also the rebook paperwork, and making sure everything tallies up as far as our in-house system. And
yeah, of course. And we heard yesterday about the Foreign Office changing their advice to non-essential travel indefinitely. Have you had any customer pushback on that yet, or it hasn't sort of
not yet? And I braced myself for that first thing. I genuinely felt that this would be the next deluge, because it feels like there's a thing every week, isn't there?
Yeah.
Just when we think, okay, we've kind of got a handle on this, in it comes.
Yeah.
But no, not yet. Within kind of friendship circles, people have kind of sent me messages to ask questions.
Yeah.
And how do we deal with that? I really don't know. My only thought for us as a company, until we hear anything else, is that we'll keep going on maybe a rolling 30-day.
Yeah.
Maybe it needs to be an extension of that period. I don't think we know what we're dealing with.
No, exactly. No one does. But as we said, we're just taking each announcement as it comes and just trying to deal with it as best.
Maybe turn that into bite-sized chunks.
Yeah.
So we can at least Otherwise, we run around doing nothing. And
for yeah, expelling all that energy on something and then it changes again. Yeah. And also balances are going to become due, aren't they, for later travel. Yes. Is that a proactive communication for you, or is that a wait until things start to?
No, well, it's always been a proactive thing for us.
Yeah.
I've always been in touch with customers a week or so before their balance is due.
Yeah.
It's not always been the level of conversation that I'm having to have with people now.
Yeah.
And that really goes around what their options are, and it varies from tour operator to tour operator, country to country, and also personal circumstances as well. We're all so different, aren't we? And all our personal circumstances are so different. So I have, as far as how we split things up into sections. So my colleague that's dealing with admin and accounts will continue to do that. And then two of us really dealing with travel. One is dealing with departures, or cancelled departures when they started, and keeping everything up until the 30th of June. And I have the 1st of July onwards, which also keeps up those balances. Yeah. So hopefully going forward, I will be kind of naturally working my way through that. Yeah. Things tend to come onto our system about 12 weeks ahead. Depending on when a tour operator is due, but certainly 2 weeks before a tour operator would be due. Yeah. So gives us a sensible approach. Yeah. Keep calm and carry on, I guess, is the wartime mantra that we're probably all going to start hearing and doing more of, isn't it? Well, that's actually all we've got time for today. That's our 15 minutes with you, lovely Claire. And next week is Easter Monday. So hopefully everybody will be having a day off and trying to relax. But we will be back with Claire the week after, so we can catch up then on some more agent issues and see what's going on for Claire and all the other agents out there. So thank you again, Claire, for coming on and talking to us. And we'll see you all next time. Bye. Bye.